Hey guys, I'm making this video because I have a little bone to pick with Steam reviewers. Steam reviewers. Now, I like Steam reviews from time to time because, well, I used to anyway, because they just seemed a bit more authentic and they were less toxic than reviews from, say, Metacritic, where tens and zeros are given ad nauseum just out of spite or just in response to other media feedback. But there's something about Steam reviews that to me seemed a bit more real and personable and um, unbiased. And I wanted to use the word objective, but especially lately, they don't seem to be. And by objective, I mean helpful, descriptive. I don't mean a good or bad review or something that you'll disagree with, because something can be helpful even if you disagree with it, because it can still present a new argument or new information. So I go down here and I'm happy to see that most helpful is a category, because positive and negative doesn't really do anything. I don't see a reason to go here, because what are you really doing? Confirming your bias? You want to go with recent because it's more updated. Maybe funny, to get a laugh or some irony out of it. But most helpful is, as the name suggests, should be the most helpful category. But when you come down here, now I see the first one. I've read this, and it's pretty descriptive, objective. But in the second one, and a few more, as we'll see, they aren't as descriptive. Blows a tire on the highway, pulls over and turns on hazards, hoists the car using the jack. These are all descriptive, and it's a funny anecdote, but I just don't find it objective. Why is it a 10 out of 10? Did you say that ironically because that's just like a meme? Or did you have like a real reason? Is this why it's a 10 out of 10? This one experience? It doesn't really make sense. Now that's good and all, and it's funny. It seems like a funny situation, and a realistic one, something that might actually happen in the game. So it's slightly, ever so slightly descriptive. But I marked it as funny. But 75% of you found this helpful? That doesn't make any sense to me. Um, 82% of you found this statement helpful. All it is a description, or it's a comparison to another piece of media, and it's ironic. If I knew the source material, which I don't, I would find it funny. And it's okay if the rest of you found it funny, but 82% of you found it helpful? No. How is this helpful in any way? How is this giving me any insight as to whether I should buy this or not, whether this is for me or not? So if I like this medium, then you should buy the game? Well, that doesn't make any sense. What if I don't like a certain genre? Anyway, you go down here, the cons, no vodka. That doesn't make any. Is that a joke? All I'm presuming all caps, and there's no context really. And this is a reference to drinking and driving. It's funny. Sure, yeah, it's funny. No Eastern European music. Well, it's based in Eastern Europe, so I agree. It should have Eastern European music, but it has high quality music. So I don't know. What are you saying? It has bad music, or is it just a personal gripe? Anyway, it's not objective, and I don't know why 88% of you found this helpful in any way. Cheap and fun. If that's helpful to 88% of you, then that's all the description you need, then I'm going to start game development right now, and I'm just going to make anything that can be called cheap and fun, because apparently that's all the description you need to know. Um, this one is a joke. You can pause it and read it yourself. It's funny. It's a great joke. I don't know if it's original or not, but I mark it as funny. But it's absolutely not helpful. 60% of you found that helpful. And that's not an insignificant number for 124 people. 74 of you apparently used this information to help you decide whether or not you should buy the game. And all it is a joke. It has absolutely nothing to do with the game, other than like an offhand reference about the game genre in the punchline. Nothing about the game. So what's the problem here? I have a theory because I don't think that all these people are stupid or are lying or trying to be malicious. What I do think is that they're not stopping to think and read. Was this review helpful? Because I think they see this thumbs up and they see that as like a Facebook like button. So just because something's funny, they say, okay, I like this, as you would on Facebook. But what you're really telling Steam is that you found this review helpful. And it ruins everything when I try to categorize everything by most helpful, and half of the top 10 most helpful reviews are jokes or references to third-party materials. And I would just like to say, please stop it.